Hey, somebody needs to oil the bike chain. You have? Excellent. Good morning, afternoon, or evening. You are listening to The Professional Noticer. Hello, everyone. I'm Andy Andrews. Hey, thank you for making me a part of your week. My purpose here today and with every show we do is to play the part of a best friend or a coach. I want to help you live the life of your wildest dreams by giving you access to the greatest mentors the world has to offer today. This week, The Professional Noticer is sponsored by WisdomHarbor.com. Today, families and school systems all over America are finding WisdomHarbor.com's one-of-a-kind streaming service to be the perfect low-cost, high-quality educational tool for their students. Wisdom Harbor's stated responsibility is to create the next greatest generation, starting with your hometown and your school system. For less than $3 a month per teacher, classrooms have access to original content only found on WisdomHarbor.com that teaches, entertains, and builds character in young people while creating conversations between young people and the adults in their community. Utilizing video, audio, and the written word, content is delivered in small bites by Grammy winners, CEOs, comedians, chefs, best-selling authors, and Hall of Fame speakers. There are even guitar lessons for an award-winning songwriter. Check it out today and join your friends and neighbors who are already a part of WisdomHarbor.com. And isn't it time your schools got involved? WisdomHarbor.com, creating America's next greatest generation, starting with your hometown. All right, observations and answers. That's what we do here on The Professional Noticer, and you know we love it when somebody comes to the table with both. If somebody comes to the peace table with observations and answers, and they can sing, oh my God, that's like the trifecta. Today, we have some friends of mine that I am so excited that I get to introduce. You know, one of my favorite things in life is to introduce people I love to people I love. And I love so many of you. I don't know that I love all of you, but I love so many of you. And I love these guys. Please welcome The Sound.
Hey, everybody.
It's good to be with you guys.
Thanks for having us.
I'm looking here. That's where I'm at. It's good to be with you guys. Glad to be on here. Thanks for having us.
I'm so glad this worked out. You know, because we've been with each other several places with the Gaithers and we had started kind of talking about this on the cruise, and then you called last week and said, "Hey, are you anywhere near Pace?" I'm like, "Yeah, we're an hour away." So I am so glad you guys are here, and I want to dig in to what you guys do, how you do it, where you came from, where you're going, and I really want to introduce you guys to people who haven't heard you.
Yeah.
You know, the last book I had, my publisher told me, they said, we want to encourage your readers. We want to connect with your readers with this book. And I'm like, I already got my readers. Could you connect me with somebody else? Could we have some new readers? And so I love having people on here that our audience might not be familiar with, that I know can blow my audience away. Now, this is probably not a good thing to do, to ask somebody to do this right off the bat. But I've heard you guys sing a cappella. I've seen your Instagram stairwell thing.
Oh
my gosh. And so just before we even start talking, would you guys just harmonize, do some a cappella?
We can try.
Yeah, this is one we did on our stairwell series a few weeks ago. There are stars in the southern sky, southward as you go. There is moonlight and moss in the trees, down the seven bridges road.
Wow.
All right.
Wow. And you did it without a stairwell.
Yeah, without a stairwell.
Oh my God.
It's more. That's as good as it gets before 11 a.m. You know what I mean?
I wanted everybody to know. Okay, just right off the bat. Okay, these guys are incredible. Now, let me introduce them, personally. This is Rob. Mm-hmm. He's the dad.
That's right.
Rob Mills. This is Levi. Are you the oldest?
I am.
He is.
Okay, I thought so, but I did. And Jacob, the youngster.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
12 months and 2 weeks between them.
really?
That's it.
Oh my gosh.
He just.
It was quick.
My wife's a crazy person.
That was great. Oh, your wife's a crazy person? Yeah, I'll bet.
You just turned 28, and then I'll turn
I did.
27 in about a week.
Yeah.
November 5th.
Okay.
whenever
I
that
just
is.
turned 36.
Yeah, you know,
right,
it's
right.
right there together.
You know, it is amazing
Or so.
to me to see families always. I love hearing the Isaacs.
Oh, yeah.
I think the Martins, there's something with their vocal cords.
Oh, my God.
They've got to be shaped exactly alike. I've
Yeah.
never heard unison like that.
Yep.
But you guys are different. Not only do you have the family dynamic, I'm curious about you guys because it's a dad and two guys, two sons. And usually nobody can get along well enough to sing.
Well, usually we don't. No, I'm just kidding. No, we get along fine. You know, it's funny. We've been playing music together. Since Jake and I were little kids, and so it's just something we've always done together, and we've never really. We've not been in like other bands and things. You know what I mean? Like none of us have. Well, Dad has. Dad. I mean, obviously before Jake and I were born, but you know, Jake and I, we've always played music together, and we've always played music with Dad, and so it's just sort of a natural thing for us to do it together, and we've always enjoyed it. You know, I mean, obviously being cooped up in the van sometimes, you know, there's a lot of good, what is it Jeff Easter says? Intense moments of fellowship. Is that what he says?
It's really not, though.
No, but we don't, I mean, we get along pretty well, and you know what I mean? It's never been like anything contentious with us. We just like making music, and we've always done it, and that's what we do.
Well, I think you're also not just your music, but man, you guys are a great example of what a parent and adult-child relationship can be like. Because there's so many that they see each other on Thanksgiving and Christmas, and just that's it.
Yeah, and you know it's sad. I will say I feel like Jake and I were blessed with really good examples with our parents, and not only just individually, but together as a marriage and all that stuff. It's been really great for us to watch growing up, and so
because you guys are both married now.
Yeah. I'm married. My wife's name is Rachel. Jake's married. His wife's name is Brianna.
Been married for just over 4 years now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I've only got a year and a half, so that's.
I got him beat.
So how old were you guys when you started? And I'm curious, how did it evolve into you as that lead singer and you as this guitar virtuoso, and and he sing like crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
And so, but how did that settle out?
Well, I mean, I think naturally what had happened was when I was very little, because a lot of people ask, how we started singing, playing music, all of that stuff. It was a little bit different for Jake and I. When I was very little, and when I mean very little, I mean I was about 2. I was singing on Mom and Dad's answering machine. There was a guy named Ricky Skaggs. You ever listen to Ricky Skaggs?
I know Ricky.
I was singing "How Mountain Girls Can Love" by Ricky Skaggs on the answering machine back then. It was a time, man. It was good.
Train up a child.
There wasn't
Train up a
nothing.
child.
Yeah, exactly. There wasn't nothing like Ricky Skaggs for me when I was a kid. And so I was singing like that. And, as I got a little bit older, I was singing a little bit in church with Mom and Dad. And then Jake started playing music when he was about 10.
Yep.
And sometimes...
Were you never interested in the guitar?
I have never had an interest. Not really had an interest. I shouldn't say that. I've never needed to pick up a guitar.
I guess not.
You're right.
He was always big on playing drums and stuff.
I play percussion and things, and when we would jam and have people play music at the house or go over to other people's houses and stuff. These two played guitar. Jake played bass and different stuff. And I mean, I was always hopping on the drums and stuff. Somebody had to keep the time. So that was what sort of I did, and I just always have.
But he always loved singing growing up. I was always shy, taking solos and all that kind of stuff. So I just kind of developed into singing harmony, and that's really what I like to do. So Levi likes to sing the lead. I like to do harmony and stuff like that. So
it's interesting how the Lord gives different gifts to people. I mean, if they both had the same desire and drive for and passion for lead singing, then it wouldn't work.
Right.
Or if they were just both, had the same passion as Jake, it wouldn't work right. It's just God gives them different passions, and I love to see him exercise that.
Well, the cool thing is I can't do what either one of these guys do. It's really good. At least for me, I tell people, I enjoy getting to sit back a lot of times and listen, because I can't do that. You know what I mean? I've never really tried to do that or wanted to go down that path. It's just sort of, it's great that we all do what we do, and I feel like it complements very well on all three fronts. So it's really cool.
Jeff Easter was the first person to make me aware of you guys. Yeah. This was several years ago, and we had not met, and he sent me your CD and said, these guys are unbelievable.
Did he really?
I mean, he was so proud of y'all.
Oh, and he's Jeff and Sherry are just great friends. They really are. We love them.
And now you guys are Dove Award winners and nominees for all these other awards, and
that was 3 years ago, and that's the last time we made any music was 3 years ago.
We have not put out music in 3.5 years.
Are you serious?
That's crazy.
Yeah. We need to get on it.
Well, now let me ask you
they've been
this.
getting married and everything else.
I know.
They've been preoccupied.
And you guys have been on the road a fair amount, as much
Yeah.
as new wives will allow.
Well, yeah,
That's right.
It's funny. This year we've done a little bit less than in years past. We had kind of a light summer, and then, the fall has been, fairly light for us. Christmas we'll do some more stuff, and headed into 2026. But
now, what's with the no music in 3.5 years? I mean, it's just been really because you're busy, because you haven't found the right stuff.
What? There's been a lot that factored into that. We have been busy. A lot of life changes the last few years. But a lot of changes on the business front as well. We we're no longer with a record company. We're independent now, and so that's been
not the worst thing in the world.
Honestly, it's we enjoy it. It's kind of fun for us. Obviously there's a lot of good things that come with record companies and deals and the business side of things. There's plenty of good things that come with that, and when you get the right partners. But where we're at right now, we love doing our own thing, and there's no pressure where we're at right now. None.
Well, play me one of your own things.
Oh, we'll play you something we're working on.
Okay, yeah, that'd be great.
Yep.
You want to do that? So, we do a lot of country music on our socials and things, and so but we grew up around
Country
the
cover
music of the
throwback.
church. Yeah, we do country covers and things on there, but we grew up around church music, and obviously made a couple of Christian albums and things, and so I kind of
that worked out okay.
It did pretty well, but I wanted to write a song that sort of acknowledged both of those things. So this is brand new. This is called "God in the Grand Ole Opry."
And so you wrote this?
I wrote
Levi
this.
did, yeah.
I wrote the chorus of it, and then a couple of friends of mine and I finished the verses. Jimmy Yeary and Hunter Leith, both really great writers.
We're all really familiar with Jimmy.
Jimmy.
Jimmy's like my little brother.
Is he?
yeah?
And Jimmy is he is a big contributor on Wisdom Harbor.
Yeah.
You heard in the commercial,
Yeah.
the award-winning songwriter who teaches guitar lessons on Wisdom.
Yeah.
That's Jimmy.
That's
Oh,
Jimmy?
really?
Yeah.
No kidding.
Yeah, there's 24 guitar lessons from Jimmy Yeary
Wow.
on Wisdom Harbor.
Wow.
And you can get this thing for like $27 a
I'm gonna
year.
have to sign
Oh,
up.
yeah, I was
for
about to
that.
say, I'm gonna have to sign
Well,
up.
I'll tell you this. One of the things that I loved growing up was I loved listening to, some of my favorite country singers play gospel music and play songs that pointed people to Jesus, because they didn't have to do that. You know what I mean?
Right.
They didn't, and they did. Their audiences didn't necessarily expect them to do it, but they did. Listen to guys like Vince Gill do it, Randy Travis, Brad Paisley, Rascal Flatts, the list goes on.
Right.
And then, of course, Hank Williams wrote a song that's in a lot of hymnals. And
Yeah.
so that's sort of where this song came from. So.
Okay.
You want your shaker or anything?
Yeah, sure.
So this is God and the Grand Ole
Yeah.
Opry.
1, 2, 3. Thank y'all for tuning in. This is WSM Radio. Daddy, can you turn it up a little more? As a kid, I couldn't wait to hear the songs they would play. It's like they were preaching in a way I'd never heard before. Those legends of the Mother Church would sing and bend their strings. They were ramblers, and they were gamblers. They were outlaws like the cowboys on TV. They hit the bottle, but they played the gospel. And I learned about the cross from rugged sinners just like me. One night I saw the light I always heard about from Hank. Yes, I have God and the grand old high priest to thank. Well, they understood my pain, 'cause they weren't strangers to the rain. The good Lord knew I'd listen, 'cause they lived what I'd been through. If I was ever gonna see amazing grace, I found the place. 'Cause they were ramblers, they were gamblers. They were outlaws like the cowboys on TV. They hit the bottle, but they played the gospel. And I learned about the cross from rugged sinners just like me. One night I saw the light I always heard about from Hank. Yes, I have God and the grand old high priest to thank. Yeah, the songs were still the same on Sunday morning, but I felt it more on Saturday night. 'Cause they were ramblers, and they were gamblers. They were outlaws like the cowboys on TV. They hit the bottle, but they played the gospel. And I learned about the cross from rugged sinners just like me. One night I saw the light I always heard about from Hank. Yes, I had God and the grand old high priest to thank. Yeah, I have God and the grand old high priest to thank.
Okay, fellas, that is incredible. I mean, that is an exceptional job writing that.
Isn't that good?
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
And then the
They
music
did a good
fits
job.
perfectly.
It's good.
It's fun.
Good stuff.
Yeah, that's good writing, man.
Good stuff.
That
Yeah,
is
pretty good.
really, really good. And so, come on, what are we gonna do with that?
Hey, listen,
We're gonna take it to the Andy Andrews show.
That's right.
Got that.
Exactly. We actually recorded that over the summer. Hopefully, it's gonna be out very, very, very soon. So
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's gonna be out.
Yeah.
We're working on.
It's
we're
gonna be
working on-
out here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
We're
we
working
love
on
that
getting
song.
the singer to sing it with us, but we can't say who it is.
it's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be a surprise.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. I can't wait to find somebody to sing better than him.
There's a few, and
I can find you a couple.
Has Bill heard that?
Yeah, we played it for him, but I don't think I don't think he's really,
He hadn't listened
we
to it.
played it live.
I know.
You know what I mean?
I know what it's like to play something for Bill and him going,
So let me tell you,
yeah.
we played that live on one of his cruises. But you know how that is. It's so fast. You know what I mean?
Man, everything's so fast.
So to answer your question, he's heard it. I don't know if he's listened to it. You know what I mean? So
I do know. I do know.
Hey, that's the way it works.
one of my favorite things, you could be talking to Bill Gaither, and he'll look at you like this. You could be in the middle of a sentence, and it's not because he's not interested in what you're saying. He's thinking about something. You could be talking to him just like this, and he'd go, and he'll just turn around and walk right off while you're right.
But his mind is, he's got, man, I don't know how many frying pans he's got going at the same time, but it's a lot.
I don't know if you guys,
I wouldn't
we
do it.
we were on the same row at the recent homecoming taping, and I would kind of look down there at you guys, and there are 260 artists in there. This is like
everybody,
and I was just laughing because it's a 10-hour thing.
Oh.
But I told Polly, I said, it was 5 hours before we had the first break.
Yeah.
And she said, 5 hours? I said, yeah. She said, weren't y'all tired? I said, yes, we were tired. But Bill's 90, and he's not going to the bathroom.
It's so funny.
He's not drinking coffee.
I heard that we went through like 70 songs that day or something like that.
Oh, it was a lot.
It was a lot.
It
was a lot. I'll tell you what, he's a master at it. He just is. He's just a master at it.
I think
better.
that Bill Gaither and Johnny Carson are the two best I've ever known. I know you guys don't remember Carson.
Oh, I know Carson.
We watched some of his
watched
stuff. He was gone before we were. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But Bill and Johnny Carson are the two best at taking and making something out of nothing.
Oh,
Yeah.
You know, and I tell people all the time, you got to go see one of these shows because you'll be seeing something that's never been performed before.
Yeah.
It don't matter that they're going night after night after night. It's different.
Yeah.
Which is why, he'll call. I've been sitting beside Wes and David Phelps.
Yeah.
And Bill called Wes, and the music start, and Wes stand up going, I don't know this. I don't know this. I don't know this. And he's standing there, and David's feeding him the words, and he's singing it, and nobody knows.
Nobody. It sounds like he's been singing it his whole life.
Yep.
Now, you guys, I love your song, First Church of Mercy.
Mm-hmm.
Love that song.
So does Bill. He loves that one.
Yeah, I
That's
know,
a
because he
great
has
one.
y'all play it every time.
Yeah. That's a great one.
And your songs, I think all of them have that God and Grand Ole Opry kind of thing. But I gotta say, I wasn't just. I mean, you get to see a song here and a song there, and it's obvious you guys belong with that bunch. By the way, 260 artists in that room. How do you guys think it feels for me to go in there and be pretty sure you're the worst singer now?
No.
I mean, everybody else is incredible. I can just carry a tune.
We look at it and we're like, what are we doing here?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. But I became absolutely fascinated and blown away with you guys in the jam sessions.
Oh yeah.
When everybody went to bed on the cruise ship, and some of us went to that one green
Neptune
room lounge, that Neptune lounge, and that's when I realized. And how old are you?
26.
26, and you.
He's got a catalog.
Jacob knows every song that was ever written in the 70s. I mean, you weren't even born then.
Yeah. Dad was just asking me about a bluegrass song this morning. What was it?
Oh, which one was
It
that?
was something from the album band.
Well, I can tell you this.
I don't remember.
I don't know if I can.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They're doing it right now. But here's the funny part. When we were talking about, when we were kids, playing all that stuff. A lot of people don't, realize we obviously, we grew up around great church music and singing in our church and things. But some of the best memories of music that we have, anyways, was these basement and backyard jam sessions. You know what I mean?
Right.
Where we would just get together with people and play music for hours. I mean, and it was that people would pull stuff, that you really didn't know very well or some other stuff. But the jam sessions are always fun because it's not, so much of what professional musicians do, and this isn't to sound, super structured, but it's worked out, it's practiced, it's rehearsed, it's because it's designed for performance.
Right,
You know what I mean?
sure.
It's designed to be played in front of people and you get it right. You know what I mean? But one of the most fun parts about the jam is it's not really for that purpose. It's music for the sake of music. You know what I mean? It's music for the sake of, hey, I like this song, let's sing it. You know what I mean? Or I like this, how this plays, let's play it. And so that's always really cool. But those jam sessions are fun because that's like what we did when we were kids. And just getting to sit around and play random stuff.
Jeff and Sherry were over at the house a couple of weeks ago. They were coming through this area like you guys. So they came over to the house, and Jeff pulled out a keyboard, and they were only over for like 4 or 5 hours. We had hung out. And Tucker had his guitar. Tanner. What am I saying, Tucker? Tanner had his guitar, and we just kind of sang and played. And when they left, Polly said, I can't believe that that's what they do for a living, that they want to do that. And I said, Polly, this is why they go in that jam session on the cruise ship.
Yeah.
I mean, Bill's working them to death. They're doing 7 shows in the day, and then they get through. What do they want to do? Come together.
Yeah. Do you know what the funny part about that is? I feel like more and more as time goes on, I think that used to be super common. And I think mostly because people didn't used to have social media and cell phones, and they'd sit around picking music, But as time goes on, I feel like it's becoming more and more of a rarity, not just in the Christian music world, but in the secular music world as well, where, there's I love being around other artists who love to just play music and have a love for music. Not just performance, not just, writing a song because it's going to get X amount of streams or X amount of whatever. People who love it for the sake of loving it and play it for the sake of playing it. And, it's becoming more rare, but there are still people out there who are like that. And it's really fun to come across them and hang out and play music together.
Were you guys in Nashville last week?
Yes, we sure were.
Yeah. You missed the jam session.
I know.
What in the world? Well, they're going to be another one. We'll keep you posted.
That one at Benji's, that might have been one of the best ones we've done yet. Because we did all. I always love when people pick up something that we don't normally do in a jam. Because with the jams, it's funny. The more you do them with the same people, you know what I mean? Some of the same songs will come up, which is cool because everybody knows them. But it's always fun when you get some new people in there and they play some things that are out of the box a little bit that you don't normally hear in the jam sessions and stuff. So it's real fun.
Like Angie's husband
Yeah.
doing what's going on.
Picking lies and picking sides. Don't punish me with brutality. Why don't you talk to me so you can see what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on?
Yes.
What's going on? What is he like? He's like 80 years old.
Oh my gosh.
He's like, and you were sitting there playing the guitar.
Yeah.
And then Chris Rodriguez, who he's Kenny Loggins' guitar player, right?
That's right.
Well, he's out with Kenny G now.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. He just got back from South Africa
But
and
he's
Chile.
he's been with Loggins for 30 something years now. Yeah.
Well, when there was a moment in that jam session, and I actually have this recorded, and I've watched it a bunch of times, and so I think we're going to play that. We'll add that to the thing. But the thing that fascinated me, because I'm into how people think. I'm into because you're thinking that's the bottom line of who you are, and so watching you guys pass songs off and off, and the way the jam session would go, somebody'd start playing, and most everybody would recognize the song.
Yeah.
Everybody would just go with it. But there was one time, and I can't remember the song, but we'll show this. But Chris started a song, and now Chris is like me. He's
Yeah.
not a singer. He can carry a tune, but he's not a singer. And so Chris started playing, and he was looking right at Jimmy Fortune. And I had the camera right by Jimmy Fortune's face and looking at Chris. And Chris started, and he could tell Jimmy did not know what song he was doing. So Chris started singing it and walking straight at Jimmy. And he got to the point where Jimmy, you could see the recognition in his face, and then Jimmy started singing because Chris wanted Jimmy to sing it.
Yeah.
And then when he started doing the Saturday Night Live thing, the Bee Gees, and then you start, you can take your time on the way. That was unbelievable. So what, like,
How many of those did you sing on? Did you sing on all of those? In the jam session, did you sing all the songs?
oh, well,
You should have.
I
I think we were all singing it.
We missed you last week too because nobody did any Jerry Reed.
Nobody
Oh,
did
my God.
at all.
yeah, you know,
Man,
the Jerry,
None.
How could you even have a jam session without Jerry?
Without
What
Jerry
the
Reed.
world?
And it wasn't amazing that Tanner knew how.
oh yeah,
He just run with it.
Okay, can I tell you something?
That's a great
Tanner Tanner is one of the most talented young guitar players that we've ever met.
Yeah, he is.
I'm so glad he's out with Jeff and Sherry. But he's fun to have in those jam sessions because he knows everything, man. And not only does he know it, he's not just like fumbling his way through it. You'll go, "Do you know this?" And man, he'll kick off one
Yeah.
of those intros like he's played it for 20 years.
I've got on
Jerry
video-
Reed intros aren't easy either.
on one of those jam sessions I've got on video, you guys are getting toward the end of a song, and Chris Rodriguez takes his electric guitar and says, "Here, Tanner, play." And it's right time for the lead, and Tanner takes it, doesn't even put the strap on, it's just
Yeah.
golly.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
So what's the favorite jam session song that you guys do?
Oh.
Let's hear one.
Is it Lion?
Yeah.
Oh, that one?
Which one?
Yeah.
That's a long one.
It is a long
That's a
one.
long song.
What's another one that we
We can do. We don't have Tanner here, but meet in the middle.
No, we'll do that one here in a minute.
Which one?
What,
Okay.
I don't know. You want to do Dance With Me?
Yeah, let's do that one.
We usually do that one in the jam. Do
Yeah.
that one.
I gotta make sure I know that ending.
Oh, man. Yeah, because you're soloing it
just
this
played
time.
it.
Most of the time, everybody's doing it.
Little Orleans.
I'll figure it out.
This one Jake sings lead on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this one I do.
1, 2, 1, 2.
Dance with me. I want to be a part of. Can you see?
house. Buddy Green picked up a harmonica and played the harmonica solo right here perfectly.
So good, yeah.
I mean, we just freaked out. It was so good. I don't play harmonica. It ain't gonna happen.
You need to.
Let it lift you all around. Starry-eyed, and love is all around us. I can take you where you want to go. Oh, dance with me. I want to be your partner. Can you see? The music is just starting, night is falling, and I am falling. Dance with me.
Wow.
Yeah, something like that.
Wow.
Orleans.
That's high in the morning too, man.
Oh, mercy. I started on that. and I'm
Picking out
like, are you
all the
kidding
high
me?
stuff in the
We
morning.
need to break
y'all.
out Randy Travis.
Only for Andy. Only for Andy.
Only Andy would have the guts to have you do this early in the morning.
Oh, this is awesome.
Put that through the vocal tuner and
Yeah, just run it
and
through
more
the tuner.
talent in there too, please.
Right. Man, yeah, those jams. I wish, I'm tempted to publish a bunch of those and just let people see them because
Yeah.
with Bradley Walker doing Miami.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Isn't that great?
Well,
Bradley says,
everybody talks. He's got that cut, man. You know
He
what I mean?
he does. And is that what you call that?
Yeah.
That a cut? Because I noticed Todd with the
Yes.
Gaither vocal band when he's doing the
So Mercy.
So Mercy.
Yeah.
He has that deep.
He does.
He does.
Yeah.
I will say I call it a cut. See, like if I can't sing that low, but like if I was to sing it, I'd be, well, everybody talks about California quakes. You know what I mean? Bradley's got this, and Keith Whitley had it too, where it's just, well, I mean, it's he's got this pointed tone when he does it that's so good.
Yeah.
It's hard to replicate. I can't do it. I mean, my
tough.
voice won't do it.
Randy Travis had it.
yeah.
All those old country guys.
Hey, a new guy, Zach Top's got that too.
He does. He's
Yeah,
got
Zach
some of
does
it.
that,
Yeah.
So.
What did I just hear about Zach Top?
That he's awesome.
He's good.
He's good. Oh, yeah.
He's
Probably one of the
he's
best
killer.
concerts I've been to. And,
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's great.
We just saw him a few weeks ago in Knoxville.
What old '70s groups you like? I like America,
Yeah.
and so I think of y'all.
Ventura Highway.
Yeah.
This is what we're talking about with the jam. This is like what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great one.
Yeah, I just
Sister Golden Hand.
and so you guys have that same kind of blend
They're
that
great.
those guys had. But
Oh, man.
you listen to some of their songs and you go, there were definitely drugs involved in it.
Oh, 100%.
But I will tell you,
Alligator lizards in the air.
Yeah.
but I can tell you this: if you go back and listen to that stuff, that's when you just had to be able to play and sing. There was no faking it or anything else. I
Well,
mean,
you couldn't. There was not the
There was
technology.
no
technology
auto
wasn't there.
tune. Yeah.
so
Well,
you
even-
were gonna have to sing and you're gonna have to play, and you got to be good at it. And so there was a great amount of talent. Well, they're just through the '70s, there really was. I mean,
Now there's a
Eagles,
lot of production
America.
tricks where like you can get a good couple of bars, and the way songs are written now, a lot of times it's just looped anyways.
mean
But
it
you can
recorded?
get a good couple of bars, and you don't even have to play the whole song. You know what I mean? You can just loop it for the rest of the song and
Right.
have it be done. But there were some. Obviously, the sound quality of records have gotten a lot better over the decades. But man, some of the creativity you had back then, it's hard. I mean, not a lot of people write songs like they wrote like that anymore.
Jimmy does.
Jimmy does, but like
even melodically though,
Right.
it wasn't just what we would say a 1-4-5, 6 minor. It wasn't that. It was.
It was cool.
It was really something.
And to give you an example, I use this song all the time as a great example. And there's a lot of songs like this that are in this kind of category from back in that era. But nowadays, a lot of times you can start a song intro and, there's 100 song intros that sound exactly alike because they're using the same chord progression, similar intro melodies, if there's an intro at all.
Right.
But, there's not another song out there with the same chord progression as Hotel California. And if there was, they'd be sued for copyright infringement because it's the only song like that out there. You know what I mean?
Let's hear what's that sound like? I can't remember.
It's gotta go way up here.
It's like,
It's on a 12 string, but it's a...
and then it goes.
Yeah. Start it.
Oh, golly.
Just start it.
It would be like this. On a dark desert highway, cool wind in my hair, warm smell of eucalyptus rising up through the air.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is incredible. That is incredible.
But the melodic, the chord progression in that is just
Another one I'll say
really
is
great.
I think Goodbye Yellow Brick Road by Elton John is that walk down in the intro is one of a kind. You can't do it on guitar.
You can't.
That's a piano
I know it's in the
intro.
key of that.
We got a piano out there. You scored
Bring
out
it in,
there?
bring it in. Oh man, no, but there's so
Billy Joel stuff though.
Oh,
Billy
man.
Joel had great stuff like that.
and it's so funny. All of those Billy Joel songs, they are so distinct from the second they start. There's no mistaking it, Saving his pennies for Sunday. Yeah, I mean, golly, there's nothing else like it. You know what I mean? And so that part of it's cool. The creative process of it back then was really, really, really cool. Now, admittedly, they make records that sonically sound incredible. I mean, they're able to dial in everything so perfectly. It's really something. There are so many great producers and vocal engineers and everybody that works on music now. But I do miss, and I wasn't even around for it. I'm missing something I wasn't even around for. But I do miss some of the creative process of that, and I think some of it just came from those jams and things like that.
It had to.
I think it'd be so fun to make an analog
It would be.
record.
You'd have to sing it right
You'd
all
have
the
to
way
sing it
through,
right,
though.
and you'd have to have the equipment for it, which I think there's still a couple around. But it'd be fun.
You
to
mean
make
like
one.
putting it down to tape?
Yeah.
Oh, well, you know what's
Let's
so
do
funny?
it.
It's expensive to do
bet.
that.
I bet it
well,
is.
It's
let's
funny,
maybe not.
that used to be like
well,
the
maybe
cheap way to do it. You know what I mean? When digital came around, digital was expensive. But
Right.
now everything's digital and they got rid of all the analog stuff, and now
Yeah.
the analog stuff is rare and cool. So now it's expensive to make an analog record versus, so it's funny how it's flipped.
So who are you guys looking at today? Who are y'all looking at in country, gospel, whatever? Who are y'all looking at as you go? Oh, wow.
In country, we just talked about
Wow.
Zach Top. Jake
Yeah.
Worthington is really
Jake's
good.
great,
He's an up and comer that's really good. Emily Ann Roberts is really good in the
Yeah.
country world, up
Fantastic,
and
yeah.
coming. In the Christian music world, you've got
Josiah Queen. He's doing
Josiah
great.
Queen's pretty cool. He's
Lovely
like
stuff.
folk. He's got some cool stuff.
And then this other guy, Stephen Curtis Chapman, if he hangs in there, he's going to be all right.
He'll be all right. He's
But he's really working at it. He's putting his...
Renee.
Yeah,
That's my wife's band. She's
it.
sitting
No, but
somewhere out there.
They're doing really good.
They are. They've
Yeah.
got some new music coming out that's really good.
Yeah.
They just put out a song the other day called "The Light" that's really good. But yeah, so that's shout out to my wife. I don't know if she's watching or not. She's out there someplace outside the door.
Well,
She's
okay.
one of my favorite up and comers.
Yeah, I'll
anyway,
bet.
you
I'll
know?
bet she is. And if she's not, she better be.
Yeah, right.
So I want to hear one more of yours, and then I want y'all to just take us out with that "Meet Me in the Middle" thing.
Sure.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
Where,
I know what you're
and
talking
so, but first, I mean, I hesitate to ask you to do First Church of Mercy.
We can do it.
We can do it.
Okay,
You wanna do it?
okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Absolutely. We can do that.
I had that.
Lower that
I was
one a
getting. I
little
was.
bit
I
for
was
me,
like,
alright.
what's
We do
next?
it where we
Do
normally do it.
You want to do it lower?
Do it a little lower than that if you can.
You guys are going to get a kick out of this song.
Oh, this is great.
This
Aaron
was
Wilburn.
Aaron.
Remember
Wilburn.
Aaron?
We recorded this on the first album that we made. We moved to Nashville. But this was written by Aaron Wilburn and another friend of ours, Lee Black, and it's one of the only songs from that first record that we still play pretty often. But
Didn't Aaron Wilburn write 4 Days Late?
That's
he
right.
did. You know, it's funny. I think that comedians, in particular, can make really good songwriters because they think of things outside of the box. They look at things with the lens. I mean, who but a comedian would think, isn't it great when he's 4 days late, he's still on time? You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
Or I even look at, Mary Did You Know? I mean, Mark Lowry, who's funny as all get out and has a lot of comedy material, he writes these questions that, it's a song that I don't think anybody but a comedian would think to go, I'm going to write that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Right, it's really cool.
I have a bunch of questions, but these are the ones that rhyme.
Yeah, which is hilarious. It's funny. I mean, it's funny. But I think comedians have such a clever way about them when they write.
Is that
and
what
this
we're
was,
singing?
and I didn't know. I only had the privilege of knowing Aaron a little bit about the last year or so that he was alive, but I could totally hear him and his little way of talking.
Yeah.
Say,
Yeah, it's amazing that the same guy who wrote 4 Days Late and First Church of Mercy also wrote If my nose was running money, honey, I'd blow it all on you.
It's fun. I mean, the guy's awesome. I could totally see him sitting around going, "Welcome to the First Church of Mercy. Take a seat on the front row of grace." You know
Yeah.
what I mean? I mean, it's great.
All right, let's hear it.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
You want your shaker?
2, 3. He saw the ones around him move when he sat down. As the music softly played Amazing Grace. See, last night's fall off the wagon left bruises on his face. So when he felt a hand on his shoulder, he thought he'd hear, "Come back when you're sober." But a friendly voice said, "We're glad you're here. Welcome to the First Church of Mercy, where the doors of love swing open wide. And no matter who you are, no matter what you've done, you can come inside. Welcome to the altar of forgiveness, where the fallen can fall and tears are wiped away. Welcome to the First Church of Mercy. Take a seat on the front row of grace." You don't have to have it all together here, 'cause there's a lot of us Jesus, who've been right where you are. And we all came in here hurting, and broken, bruised, and scarred. Then the Father reached us with the healing hand of Jesus. And now we're all a part of His family. Welcome to the First Church of Mercy, where the doors of love swing open wide. And no matter who you are, no matter what you've done, you can come inside. Welcome to the altar of forgiveness, where the fallen can fall and tears are wiped away. Welcome to the First Church of Mercy. Take a seat on the front row of grace. We're not here to judge you. You can find that anywhere. But we're called to love you, and you're welcome here. In the First Church of Mercy, where the doors of love swing open wide. And no matter who you are or what you've done, you can come inside. Welcome to the altar of forgiveness, where the fallen can fall and tears are wiped away. Welcome to the First Church of Mercy. Take a seat on the front row of grace. Welcome to the First Church of Mercy.
Wow. Wow.
Well,
Man,
what a great song.
It is on my bucket list for you guys to sing that at our church at the Floribama.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yes, sir.
Because that's the First Church of Mercy.
Oh, of course.
You know?
You know, and it's so funny, we talk about the First Church of Mercy. I tell people all the time, you know, not everybody's story looks exactly the same. Jake and I were raised in church, you know, from the time we were very, very, very small, raised around good church music and everything. But even in our family, Dad had a totally different upbringing than Jake and I did.
Yeah.
Dad grew up playing country and bluegrass music in nightclubs, you know what I mean?
Right.
Totally different kind of upbringing. But, you know, it's funny. I tell people all the time, God can and will use anybody as long as they're willing.
Yeah.
You know, you talked at the beginning of your podcast, you said the phrase, you know, observation and answers. Observation and answers. We've got a whole lot more observations than we've got answers. And honestly, I feel like Scripture has a lot of observations in them as well. And which is really cool. Really, 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 really cool. Even a lot of the parables that Jesus taught were they were open ended. He would talk that way because, you know, people had figured that out for themselves. You know what I mean? It wasn't always this is the answer spelled out black and white. 1, 2, 3, step 1, 2. You know what I mean? It wasn't always like that.
Right.
There were a whole lot of observations, and I think I think Jesus knew people learned through observation, and we certainly know that people learn through observation. But I can tell you, you know, if there is an answer that we can tell you about it, it's Jesus. That's it. So,
That's all it is.
Yeah.
Man, if I could have asked for a debrief on observations and answers, I couldn't have gotten a better one. That is awesome. Because you're right. We do have more observations than answers.
I'm telling you. And, you know, it's so funny. I'm going to talk about this. I listen to a podcast a lot called Bema with a guy named Rabbi Marty Solomon. And he talks about that in the Old Testament especially. He talks about how the Hebrew scriptures are laid out. And the way they would teach the Hebrew scriptures to Hebrew students is questions, not necessarily answers. You know what I mean? You work out the answers, but Scripture leaves a lot of questions. It proposes a lot of questions to the student when you're reading and learning. And one of the things that they say a lot is on that podcast is you learn you learn almost more from questions than you do from answers a lot of times.
Right. Yeah.
You know, and I think that's true. I mean, when you work stuff out and you're asking questions and you're seeking, you know what I mean, and you're and that goes for everything, not only just scripture, but really everything in life, I think. You know, when you're seeking, when you have the question mentality as opposed to the answer mentality, you know, you tend to learn quite a lot.
The quality of your answers will be determined by the quality of your questions.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
Yeah, that'd be a great song with our church. We tell people every Sunday morning, you know, however you got here, it doesn't matter if you walked here, if you drove here, or if you woke up here.
Yeah.
You're welcome here.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Let me hear a little Meet Me in the Middle.
Little meat in the middle.
All right.
That's the first time I was ever just blown away by you guys.
Well, here's the thing, and this is one we can't play the intro to it because we don't have the bender. These are acoustic guitars, and guitar players know this ain't one you can play the intro really on an acoustic and get it right.
Unless you should make it sound like a.
Yeah, that's about as close as you can get.
It sounds very white.
So we're not even. It does. We ain't even gonna attempt it.
Yeah.
We're just gonna go right into it. But guys, what if we do a
We're gonna
verse,
lame our way through this.
verse, chorus, verse, 2 choruses,
Yeah, and then out.
and then out.
Okay, yeah.
But
Verse,
that
chorus.
thing in the middle of the last 2
Sure.
choruses.
Yeah,
Okay.
Verse,
Alright.
chorus, verse,
You got it.
chorus, chorus.
We're gonna try it. This is
try.
this is Diamond Rio song.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
It was 700 fence posts from your place to ours, and neither one of us was old enough to drive a car. Sometimes it was raining, sometimes it would shine, and we wore out that gravel road between your house and mine. I start walking your way, you start walking mine, and we meet in the middle, neath that old Georgia pine. We gained a lot of ground, 'cause we both gave a little. There ain't no road too long, we meet in the middle. It's been 7 years tomorrow since we said our vows under that old pine tree. You ought to say it now, standing in the backyard, reminding me and you that if we don't see eye to eye, there's something we can do. I start walking your way, you start walking mine, and we meet in the middle, in that old Georgia pine. We gain a lot of ground, 'cause we both gave a little. There ain't no road too long, and we meet in the middle. I start walking your way, you start walking mine, and we meet in the middle, in that old Georgia pine. We gain a lot of ground, 'cause we both gave a little. There ain't no road too long, we meet in the middle.
That is
like the James
awesome,
I didn't know how we were gonna end it.
man. That is awesome. Thank you guys for being here.
Of course, thank you for having us.
I feel like we're not even through yet, but I want to invite you back.
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
sir.
Let's
We'd love
do
to
it.
come
I was
back.
gonna say Levi started that Old Testament thing. I'm like, well, that's a whole nother podcast we could do.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Thank you guys.
Thank you so much for
appreciate so
having
much
us.
your time
Thank you.
and you guys sharing your talents with everybody.
We love
Of
you.
course.
We've
Thank you
enjoyed
for
making
having us.
friends with you.
All right.
Know that.
And how can everybody get in touch with you?
At Real the Sound, REAL the Sound on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. We are very, very active on social media. So follow us on there. That is the best way to stay up to date with everything we're doing, whether it's, new music, tour announcements, all sorts of stuff. That'll all be on our socials.
What's the number that we have?
615. Yeah, text. You can text anything you want to 615-398-4426. That's our number that you can text. And it's really cool that it actually comes to my cell phone. That's not a joke. That is that number comes to my cell phone. So y'all watch what you send me because I know it. But that is 615-398-4426. Text anything you want to that number. We'll be able to send you tour announcements, all sorts of stuff like that.
Yeah.
But every once in a while I'll get on and try to answer some of the messages. So
it's kind of like an email list, but not really.
It's not really. It's like a text list, but again, it comes to my phone, and I get notified when we get messages, and I can respond to them and read them and everything. So I'll watch what you say to me.
I'm glad you gave him your phone number, not mine.
Yeah. And so we'll have all that on the show notes.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So we're excited about y'all being here.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, Andy.
I'm Andy Andrews, the professional noticer, harnessing common sense and wisdom to plow through challenges all the way to an answer for you. And I think that'll do it for this week. Get us out of here, Matthew. So, ladies and gentlemen, and to the boys and girls who aspire to become ladies and gentlemen, we have reached the end of another episode of The Professional Noticer. In a world where common sense has become a superpower, I'm harnessing that tiny bit of mental energy I have for you, seeking wisdom, making observations, and endeavoring to answer tough questions in a way that will empower your family and your business. I'm Andy Andrews. Until next week, goodbye. This episode of The Professional Noticer was produced by Matt Limpert. The Noticer theme written and performed by Sugarcane Jane. Catgut guitar strings for the cast and crew provided by Twinkle and Smoke of Beverly Hills. Additional financial consideration provided by a limited selection of Middle Eastern cheeses shipped directly from the Holy Land. Why wander the desert of grocery store dairy aisles when you can have sanctified slabs of feta, miraculous wheels of paneer, or brined sheep milk delivered with just one click? Every bite is blessed with centuries of tradition. We are cheesesofnazareth.com. Whether you're breaking bread at the family table or just snacking while watching your favorite television evangelist, our cheeses bring a little New Testament wonder to your modern life. And don't worry, each package comes with divine insulation, ensuring your holy string cheese stays righteous and remains untangled. Because man cannot live on bread alone, sometimes he needs cheese. We are cheesesofnazareth.com.